Early in the morning.
What's going on, the people there? Miss your boy Cam Topical Juice, and I'm back with another video for you today. This video is a follow-up video from the last video that I did, as there's been a few more updates that have come to light. Specifically, the Hainault terrorist attacker's name, right? Because that's exactly what he is. He's a terrorist. We've got his name, Marcus Bozo or something like that. But more importantly, we have the name of the young king who sadly lost his life in hospital. He was 14 years old. They initially reported it as 13 years old, but his name is Daniel Anjorin, or Anjorin. Forgive me if I got his name wrong. I believe it's pronounced Daniel Anjorin, or it's Anjorin. Again, forgive me if I've got that wrong. But Daniel is the name of the victim. 14-year-old boy, 14-year-old king, Arsenal fan, just like me. That could have been my younger cousin walking to school. Just walk into school, minding your business, and you lose your life. What is this? So before I get straight into this video and update you on the new developments, I just want to say thank you to everyone that watched, shared, liked, and subscribed to my channel after the last video I did. I appreciate every single person that joined the TJ community. My subscribers ain't noughts and ones. I'm not the government. Every single time I see that number go up, it's not a nought and one to me. It's a real life person that's connected to me. It's a real life person that's joined my community, and I appreciate every single one of you that joined. It's a shame that a lot of topics that I address are negative, but at the end of the day, someone's got to do it, man. You can't trust ITV. You can't trust Sky News. You can't trust Fox. You can't trust BBC. And it's funny because people in comments, they'll say, oh, you're making money off of this trauma and all this stuff. Where's that energy for the big corporations? What the hell? I'm broke, fam. I'm just an independent YouTuber. What the hell are you talking about? Where's that energy for ITV who spew BS? Where's the energy for BBC where it's all propaganda? Nah, at least with independent news people like myself and other YouTubers, we give you the facts because we ain't puppets being controlled by the masters and all that. But anyway, let me not go off on a rant. It's too early in the morning for that. And I want Daniel to be the focal point of this video. So please guys, if you can just like that video for me, it takes half a second. It makes a massive difference on how the YouTube video performs in the algorithm. If you like me or you like my content, please consider pressing that subscribe button. I'm on the road to 50k. It's been a long road. We'll get there one day. Press the bell to be notified. Merchandise in the description below. As you can see on your screen right now, it says Daniel Anjorin. Marcus Bozo in court over the death of a young king in Hainault. A man is due to appear in court charged with murdering 14-year-old King Daniel in a sword attack in northeast London. Terrorist Marcus Bozo, 36, is due before Westminster Magistrates Court over the terrorist attack in Hainault. Police were called to reports of a car crashing into a house and people were being stabbed around 7 AM on Tuesday. Young King suffered fatal stab wounds and 4 other people, including 2 officers, were injured. Terrorist Bozo was also charged with 2 counts of attempted M, 2 counts of causing GBH, aggravated burglary, and a possession of a bladed article. The Met said a 33-year-old man was injured when a van crashed into a property on Lane Close. He was then attacked and sustained a neck wound. Another man, 35, was cut on his arm when he was assaulted inside a nearby house. Their conditions are not considered to be life-threatening. Following this, young King Daniel was attacked, the Met said. He later passed away in hospital. 2 police officers were seriously injured while attending the crime scene. One suffered horrifically serious arm wounds, while the other sustained a hand injury. The Met Police Federation said the pair were recuperating well. Daniel's school, Bancrofts in Woodford Green, said he was a true scholar who had a positive nature and a gentle character. And he was a wonderful Arsenal fan as well. In a statement, it described him as a core member of the community, adding losing such a young pupil is something we will always struggle to come to terms with. And as you can see on your screen right here, it's just a picture of some flowers being laid to rest, and it says, "May your sweet soul rest in peace, darling Daniel." In Hainault, the police cordon has been lifted and floral tributes continue to be laid. Sue, a retired minister, was among paying her respects. She said, "It's truly lovely the way in which the community is here for each other and supporting one another." Do me a favor, man. We just hope and pray something like this will never happen again here. Nah, I ain't trying to hear that. While it's important that we pray, while it's important that we get closer to God, hoping and praying alone ain't gonna be what fixes this problem. We can't just sit there, hope and pray that nothing like that's gonna happen again in northeast London. That is a lie. Pure stupidity. No one in the world hopes this type of stuff happens, but what are we doing about it? What are we doing to rectify it? What are we doing to correct it? What are we doing to get to the root cause problem of it? Do you want me to show you what they're doing about it? They're going back to the good old days. Stop and search. As you can see on your screens right now, it says the number of stop and searches in London will be increased. The Met Commissioner says he vows to break the culture of people carrying knives. Why do they always resort to that? Stop and searches, historically. Since I did history as a uni degree, yeah? I'm 29 years old, which means I was in first year 11 years ago. Oh my God. Saying that out loud is scary, but in my first year module, I took a criminology module. 11 years ago, I remember us talking about stop and searches then, and how there was such a massive disproportionate gap between little black kids being stopped and everyone else. You feel me? That was back then 11 years ago. I know that was the same 20 years ago. 30 years ago, it was the same. Why do we think stop and searches is the answer? Because we know it's not gonna target everyone with knives. Now guys, I'm not trying to make this about race. I actually don't think this is about race. This is about poverty. Crime, criminality, drugs, violence. It's not down to skin color. Go to Liverpool. Look at the badness that they're on in Liverpool. Go to Scotland. Go to Ireland. These lot are shooting people in the face 10 times like it's some Chicago thing. They're all white. So this ain't a white thing, this is a poverty thing. When you are poor, like I said to you in another video, when you are poor, when you are desperate, you turn to things like selling drugs, which goes hand in hand with violence, robbing people, this, that and the other. Is it right? Of course not. But people are desperate. Introducing stop and searches is only gonna target poor boys like Daniel. It's not gonna protect boys like Daniel. So bringing stop and searches when white people carry knives as well and Asian people carry knives, it's not gonna make sense because we know the statistics. As you can see on your screen right now, the data shows that in the year ending March 2022, there were 516,000 stop and searches in England and Wales at the rate of 8.7 for every 1,000 people. As you can see below, there were 27.2 stop and searches for every 1,000 black people, compared with only 5.6 for every 1,000 white people. Guys, we're not gonna pretend that there's not a problem in the black community with violence, but that's only in London. You feel me? That's in the poorer areas. That's because black people are the poorest. As I said, go up to Salford. There's black people up there or whatever, but there's white people there. Go up to Liverpool. There's black people in there, but there's white people, you feel me? So I'm not trying to make it about race. This is just the facts. The facts are, this happened in northeast London. So what is a stop and search gonna do when white people don't really get stopped and searched? What's that gonna do? He was white yesterday. The terrorist was white yesterday. But at the end of the day, yeah, it just annoys me that it always comes down to race and that, because the reality is we should be united. Black, white, Asian, Middle East, we should be united. The only enemy of yours is up there, running the country. Not in the sky, not God. I'm talking about up there in our country, yeah? The government. Every government, every leadership across the world, they're the one you should be targeting your anger at. Gone are the days. It was only 100 odd years ago when it was the Russian Revolution. All the bourgeois getting murked and that, and Russians flipping up the whole country. That was 100 years ago. That wasn't that long ago. That was your granddad's dad. You know what I'm saying? We're not that far removed from that. In the last 100 years, they've mastered how to divide us through the media that we consume. Films, music, news reporting, the food that they tell us to put in our bodies, the alcohol that they force upon us in the culture and society, the drugs that we consume that they romanticize in films and music. It's all part of the agenda to keep us on a low vibrational state, so we're easily manipulated, easily controlled. It's as simple as that. Who cares about race? We should be banding together and going against the real pagans, the real ops. Right, now let's talk about this Hainault terrorist, Marcus Bozo, whatever his name is. He is a terrorist. As you can see on your screens, in the UK, we define terrorism as a violent action that endangers a person's life, other than that of the person committing the crime, tick, involves serious violence against a person, tick, 5 to be exact, causes serious damage to a property, tick, because he crashed his car, creates a serious risk to public health and safety, tick, interferes or seriously disrupts an electronic system. Marcus Bozo ain't got the capability for that, so we're gonna cross that one out. But he fits the criteria for a terrorist. Now, some people will argue that if he's not pushing a religious message, if he's not pushing a political message, if he's not pushing some sort of other message, it's not a terror attack. That is bollocks. He could just be mentally ill, which he is. He could just be mentally unstable and he goes on a rampage and stabs 5 people. That is a terror attack. What, because he doesn't have a turban on or he's not brown that he can't be a terrorist? No, we're not doing that dumb stereotype. Unlearn those unconscious prejudices and unconscious biases. Yeah? Anyone can be a terrorist. All I know, yeah, is introducing stop and searches is only gonna target poor boys like Daniel. It's not gonna protect boys like Daniel. Either way, the charges that this terrorist has got, I expect him to get lifed off in jail. But I want to know his motives. I want to know what happened. The only one who lost his life was a privately educated, good scholar, young black king. It's just frustrating. It's frustrating. know what I'm saying? That could have been my cousins. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. If I can remind you guys to press that like button for me, share the video to your friends, family, and your dog. I don't know anything, man. What the hell do I know? I'm just a man in his 20s. Peace.